Yo, what's going on, guys? So, today in this video, I'm going to be talking about WWE SummerSlam because we just had SummerSlam and, you know, I finished watching it a couple hours ago. When it finished, I watched the whole thing, and I'm just going to give my, you know, what I feel about it. I'm going to talk about it in this video. And hopefully, you guys enjoy. Like, subscribe to the channel. If you guys are new, I'd really appreciate it. And I did post some of the SummerSlam videos on my channel already, but it was only like a couple of them. It was only a few. So stay tuned for the next SummerSlam, because I know tomorrow they have the other SummerSlam. So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna make a video about that as well. I'm gonna talk about it. Gonna make a whole video about that SummerSlam as well. So stay tuned for that. Um, Turn on notifications, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and we're just gonna dive right into this because I have a lot of thoughts about this SummerSlam of this year. This year's SummerSlam. I have a lot of to talk about here because it was a whole lot of garbage. It was garbage, bro. Like, everything about this was just garbage. Because for one, it was just a whole bunch of, we had a pointless tag match with Roman and Jay and Bronson and Braun Breaker. And just a lot of the other matches too are just a whole bunch of filler matches. Just a whole bunch of filler matches, including the Roman and Jay match. And Bronson and Braun Breaker match. So yeah, it's just a whole bunch of filler, a whole bunch of repetitive stuff as well. And some of the and all the matches too were just either just decent or garbage. And to me, I don't want just decent. I want good. I want you know, or very just you know awesome. Like, I want something like like magical to happen in these PLEs and these all these like, and all these, like, main events and all that, because like I don't want just like some decent match, just some okay match, or bad match, let alone like I don't want that. So I felt like this SummerSlam was just trash. It was garbage. We started off with the Roman and Jay match and Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed match. Yeah, just again a filler match, and it was trash. Like, there were some good moments, like Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. I feel like they were the ones that kind of put in some good work in this match, because honestly, Jey Uso and Roman Reigns, they were kind of just doing the same moves over and over again: spear, Superman punch, super kick. Um, that dumb punch that Jey Uso does, with he like bends it backwards like a freaking worm or something. I don't know, and then he spits and he punches. Like, they were just doing the same repetitive stuff. It was just a whole bunch of and they were moving slow as hell as well. So was Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, but like, I feel like they were kind of dominating and like putting in some good work. They had some good spots that were actually entertaining, and so I think there were some decent stuff with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. They had something going for them there, but this match overall was just, it was garbage. It was trash. I really don't care for this match. And Roman and Jay, as I predicted, were gonna win it, because obviously, why wouldn't they win it? Like, they literally, um, like, Roman and Jay winning this, like, doesn't is not unpredictable, because like they literally got beat up this Monday, and usually the person who gets beat up before a match ends up winning. So I already knew this was gonna happen. It was not some unpredictable thing or whatever. It was like, okay, like, whatever. And Roman comes back. I knew he was gonna come back just to do this stupid filler match. I knew it. And like, I just don't get it. Like, like, this guy disappears for months. He disappears, comes back, and then every single time he comes back, it's just a whole bunch of filler, a whole bunch of like pointless matches that he does, pointless promos. He doesn't really do anything in his matches either. They're not good. Like, I feel like Roman Reigns, like, and Jey Uso too. Like Roman and Jay, they kind of lost their greatness after you know. For Jay, it was when he originally left the Bloodline in 2023, and for Roman, it was when he lost the title. I feel like they both lost their greatness after those two moments for them. They just they just haven't been great. And so yeah, I really don't care. Apparently Roman has a movie to go film, so I'm pretty sure he's just gonna disappear after this. Um, I mean he might do something, he might not, and he might go after Seth because you know Seth does cash in at the end on Punk, so he might come after him for the title on Monday or confront him and have a match with him. I don't know. I'm sure Punk is gonna complain about it as well. Which I'm gonna get to that at the end because I have a lot to talk about with that. But I'm sure there's probably gonna be a match with Seth and Punk because Seth cashed in or whatever and took Punk's moment with the title. So I'm sure Punk is gonna be upset about it. Getting his title taken away. He's gonna have a match with Seth. A whole bunch of pointless stuff, whatever stuff I don't care about. I'm sure, like I said, Roman's gonna disappear anyways. Like not long after, if even if he does stay around for a little longer, he has the movie to go film with Cody, the whole Street Fighter movie. So, yeah. Anyways, they end up winning this match. Like I said, I don't care. Um, Pointless match, and yeah, just a whole bunch of jobbery, just a whole bunch of fillery. Like, isn't Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker supposed to be like, well, Braun Breaker, he's supposed to be like established as the future or whatever, and yeah, he's losing this match, and he's constantly losing all the time, and he's being made to look like a fool. Like, if you're not gonna push him right now, fine, whatever, but it's just it makes no sense. Like you're making him look weak constantly by losing, and he's like you're not building him up. You're not really having him cut promos either. You're not giving him any material to work with. So it's like, how is he supposed to be the future? How are you trying to establish him as that? It just makes no sense. Um, so yeah, they end up losing this match, and it just makes them look weak. Like they're just a bunch of goons at this point. You know, and then we have Jade Cargill. We have and Tiffany. Which I don't really know the order of these matches. I don't remember, but I'm just going down the matches that are here. Jade Cargill versus Tiffany was a garbage match. Dude, like it was just a whole bunch. It was slow. It was like and like I don't know. Jade and Tiffany were moving like all stiff and like just very slow and like robotic, and like the match it wasn't good. It was just there was a whole bunch of botches too with Tiffany and Jade, a bunch of bad selling, no selling, um yeah, just bad selling and all that. So it's just like this match was garbage. And then Tiffany ends up retaining the belt. Like why? Like why did Tiffany need to retain the championship? I feel like they should be trying to give the belt to someone else because she's had this belt since what, like I think she had the belt since like February of this year, and it's like, okay, fine, give her the belt for half the year, fine, whatever. She's a new star, give her some shine, give her a push. But her push has just with the title, it's just been a failed experiment. It's been a failed test because it just hasn't been good. Besides her feud and match with Charlotte, Tiffany hasn't been great ever since. Like she hasn't really done much. She's been doing repetitive matches with Nia Jax, Bailey, um, and who else? I think it was I forgot because she's only had like three feuds really. Like just it was Charlotte, Nia Jax, Bailey. Like yeah, most of her matches were just a whole bunch of filler. Like we've seen the Nia Jax, we've seen her go against Bailey. We've seen all of that. And it was just a whole bunch of filler matches like that, pretty much with Tiffany, and all of them were garbage. Like it was just trash, and she just wasn't. I feel like Tiffany before she had the belt, she was great. She was putting on good matches. She was putting on good promos, but ever since she got the belt, it's like instead of her being great and pushing her well, it's like Triple H did the opposite and made her garbage. Um, just a whole bunch of boring, repetitive matches with her. And then we get like the Charlotte feud, like I said, was great with Tiffany. I like that feud. I think they put on some good promos, but Tiffany hasn't been good ever since. What has Tiffany done since then? Literally nothing. She's barely even defending the title and barely putting on promos, and every promo is just repetitive and annoying, talking about Tiffy time. I'm the best, and I'm gonna beat you. Like this, it's boring. It's annoying. Um, and Jade, like she's not really all that great right now either. Like I've seen her cut good promos, and I've seen her have good feuds, like with Naomi, and put on. And that match with Naomi at Evolution was awesome. It was great. So I know Jade has the potential, even though she doesn't really have it either, but she's still a little bit better than Tiffany, and I feel like Jade has the potential if you give her the proper push, and that's why I feel like she should have won the title, but instead Tiffany ends up retaining, so it's just like I don't know. I feel like Triple H he sold on that, bro. It was a not good decision, and it was just a bad match. It was like whole bunch of botches, very slow, like nothing really going on, like not same moves being done over and over again. So, yeah, I don't, just another bad match. And then, what else? We got Raquel Rodriguez, Charlotte, Alexa, and Roxanne Perez, for the tag titles. Again, I really don't care for this. Because I think Roxanne and Raquel, like they should have kept the belts because I think they were kind of on the roll with the tag titles. They started gaining some steam with the titles and were doing well with them. And they had they were putting on good matches and not really cutting great promos, but they I feel like they should have at least held the titles for a little longer till Liv came back, and then you know like do something else with Roxanne. Like she shouldn't even have joined the Judgment Day to begin with. Um, but I feel like they're probably going with this. Because Triple H, knowing him, he's gonna do the predictable route. He's probably doing this whole Rhea, Liv, and Dom story that he did last year. So he's probably gonna make, um, Roxanne, take. He's probably gonna make Roxanne take Dom away like Liv did to Rhea last year, and it's just gonna be the same old repetitive stuff, bro. It's just like but I think what should have happened though is Roxanne and Raquel should have retained the belts because they were starting to get some steam, but the belts started feeling meaningful again, and the tag division started feeling somewhat meaningful as well, just in general. But they take the belts away. They should have just waited till Liv came back and Liv gets the belt back, and then Roxanne could just go f off and go do something else because she shouldn't be here. Like she's a new young star. She's I feel like she has a potential to be a future star. Like she's over with the crowd already, but she could be more over than what she already is. She's not really to her full potential with the crowd, and just in general with promos and matches. Like she has the potential because I've seen her cut good promos and to cut and have good matches. But like, what is Triple H ever doing? He's just having her do nothing, just a whole bunch of nothing. Um, for all these months since she's came on the main roster, and like she's gaining some steam now with the belts, but even then she's not really like she shouldn't be here to begin with. She shouldn't even be doing this. Um, and and if you're gonna have her do this, then let her at least keep the belts for a little longer till Liv comes back. Like I said, but I don't know. It's just a whole bunch of dumb decisions being done by Triple H. Like what does Charlotte and Alexa need these belts for? Like at this point, they're really just in the WWE for nothing. I feel like they've done it all. Charlotte and Alexa, they've had the championships. They've had the good reigns. They had the good feuds. They had all the great storylines. They had all the good matches. They're really just in WWE for no reason at this point. Like they've been in here for over 10 years now. They're not doing anything at this point. Now they're just in a random tag team together, and they're winning the belts. Like who cares? And I didn't even. I'm being honest. I didn't even bother watching the match between Raquel, Roxanne, and Charlotte and Alexa because I just don't really care. I just don't really care for this match. So I honestly did not even watch it. I didn't watch the Punk and Gunther match either. But because like I was just kind of over this whole SummerSlam. I saw people saying that these matches were bad anyways. These two matches were bad, so I don't think I missed much anyways. I don't care. But I just saw like just I saw that Seth cashed in, Punk won the belt, whatever. I saw it on YouTube, and I saw that Charlotte and Alexa win the belt, so it's just whatever. I mean, I don't really care for this match, whatever. They got the belts. Yeah, it's just whatever. Then we get Karen Cross versus Sammy. Karen Cross versus Sami Zayn. Also, I want to say Charlotte is getting over with the crowd. Like, recently she's been getting over. So maybe this is why they're putting them together. But I just feel like this is just dumb. Like, I don't know. Like, just putting a random team together. But I guess it is what it is. I just think it's stupid. I don't think they should be in a team with each other. But anyways, the Karrion Kross versus Sammy match. This was also another bad match. I really don't. I mean, there were some decent moments with Karrion Kross. Like, I think he did some good moves. He had some good moments, but there was some decent stuff on his end. But overall, this match was it was slow. It was boring. It was doing the same moves. They're being repetitive. Sammy and Karrion Kross, and it was just a whole bunch of nothing. Like this match, literally, like this is literally a filler feud for Karrion, and it's kind of fine by me because like I feel like this could have been a push for Karrion, but it doesn't seem like that's ever gonna happen at this point, man. Like Triple H, he's just been wasting Karrion Kross for all these months, having him do nothing. Karrion gets over on his own, and still nothing for Karrion. He barely wrestles, and when he does, he's just losing most of his matches, and barely cutting any promo either. And it's just like I feel like it's over for Karrion at this point, man. And it's unfortunate. I feel like Karrion has a potential to be a great wrestler, and to just be at his full potential. But it's just like I don't think that's ever gonna happen, bro. Because Triple H he's not booking Karrion to his full potential. And like Sami Zayn, what did he need to win this match for? What the hell did he need to win this match? Sami Zayn, like, bro, this dude's boring. Like, this dude, like, like, I know people call Karrion boring and like whatever, like, fine, whatever. But I find Sammy just not just boring but annoying, because every promo that he cuts is always just something like, I'm gonna come after. It's either I'm gonna come after the title and I'm the best, I'm gonna win, I'm the underdog, and it's either that kind of promo he's cutting, or he's cutting a promo where he's like just acting all self-righteous and he's preaching and he's getting involved in people's business for no reason, just talking trash to everyone and just acting all like morally superior, and just cutting these like like TED Talk promos, like, look how good I am, and look at these bad decisions you're making, and like it's just the same old promos with Sammy. His matches haven't really been that good, besides maybe his match with Kevin Owens at Elimination Chamber. But overall, like, this dude he's boring. Most of his matches recently just haven't been good, and he's just boring on the mic as well. Like, he just sucks. He sucks. And I feel like there should have been a moment for Karrion to get over. Like I said, just have him win this filler feud, this filler match, and get over with it. But at the same time, it's just like, it's he lost, so it's like, and the reason why I say it's a filler match and a filler feud is because like there's really no substance to it. I mean, like, I know Karrion is just trying to turn Sammy evil, but it's just like I feel like it's just been going on for so long at this point that it's become filler. This feud has just become filler, and it pretty much is a filler match at this point. Like, and it was so predictable, because Triple H is predictable. You already knew that once Karrion Kross won the last match, that Sammy was gonna win this one. It was obvious, like Sammy won the first one, Karrion won the second, Sammy wins the third. Like, it's too predictable. You already knew, um, and it just makes no sense because it's like Karrion Kross, he looks like a monster. You should be booking him like a monster, but Triple H has books Karrion Kross like a coward and like he's weak. Um, and it just makes no sense. Like Karrion Kross, he has the physique. Sami Zayn doesn't. Like, this dude is like chubby. He doesn't have the look of a wrestler. He's just like a chubby guy with you know long hair. Doesn't even look like he should be in WWE. Um, and it's just like, bro, you have this guy win over Karrion Kross. Like, come on, man. Like Karrion Kross in real life, he would beat the crap out of Sammy, and it's like we had to suspend our disbelief and be like, oh yeah, like Sami Zayn, he can overpower Karrion Kross and beat him with, two Helluva kicks or whatever. It's just like, bro, it's so stupid. It's just dumb. Like what? It's like they try to make certain people to be dominant or be like powerful or whatever. But then once they do that, they then book someone else to come in, like Sami Zayn, to make that person look weak, which is what Sami has done like multiple times at this point. He did it to Gunther because Triple H had Gunther lose to Sami Zayn. Like, bro, come on, man. And then now Sammy's beating Karrion Kross. Like Karrion Kross is getting beat by Sami Zayn. It's just like, bro, it's the same old at this point. Sammy's beating Karrion Kross. Like again, what was the point? I feel like I know Karrion Kross's contract is almost over with, so I guess we're just gonna have to accept the fact that he's probably just gonna get released at this point because they've already released him before, and they're not doing anything with him for all these years, and he finally gets over, and they still don't do anything with this guy. So at this point, and he just lost this match, so I feel like this is just them saying like, hey, Karrion Kross, you're done. We're gonna get rid of you. You're gonna get released. This was your last match. You lost it, and we're gonna get rid of you now. Once your contract is done, you're getting released. You're fired. I feel like this is pretty much what this is. And if that's the case, it's unfortunate, man. Because like I said, I feel like Karrion Kross really does have the potential to be a star, a superstar. And it's just like Triple H it's just like, nah, man. I don't care that you got over it by your own. Like, if you're not getting, it seems like if you get over on your own, Triple H doesn't like, then he's just gonna book you like a jobber, like he's been doing all these years with Karrion Kross anyway. So it's like, yeah, I mean, I don't, again, filler match, and he lost. It is what it is, I guess. But anyways, then we move on. We get what's it called? Randy Orton, Jelly Roll, Drew McIntyre, and Logan Paul. This match, it was a bad match, to be honest. It was also a bad match. It's not like I was looking forward to it, because I could care less about fucking Jelly Roll. I don't give a damn about this damn country singer coming in and trying to fucking wrestle a match. Like I don't care. Like, why the hell would I care about Jelly Roll being in here? He shouldn't be in this fucking match. So yeah, I did not care for this match. It was a bad match too. I mean, like there was a couple memorable spots. I think Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul put on a good match. And they had, they had some epic spots, but that's really all there is to it. And there was a good spot with, like, especially, the main thing was that everyone was talking about, which I really liked as well. Whenever Logan Paul put Jelly Roll through the announce table, and it looked and sounded brutal. It wasn't your typical crashing down through someone through an announce table. It looked and sounded brutal because I know those tables are different. So it really just, and the way Logan Paul and Jelly Roll collided against each other, it further established that brutality and epic spot that Logan Paul did. So I thought that was a good spot. And what's it called? And but what didn't make sense was that Jelly Roll came back like a couple minutes later, and he was just fine or whatever. It's just like, what the hell is this? Like, is this guy supposed to be booked like Superman or something? Like, I don't know. Um, like he's not even a wrestler, and he's just all fine now. He's just like coming back. I don't know. Like he got he left and then he came back. I don't know. It's just stupid. But yeah, like I'm glad Drew and Logan Paul won, because I did not want Drew McIntyre losing to fucking Jelly Roll, like, because I literally said, um, in my Seth Rollins video and in my Drew McIntyre video, I literally said I do not want Drew McIntyre to get pinned by Jelly Roll, nor do I want him to lose, you know, to Jelly Roll, even if he's not directly um, getting the 1, 2, 3 by Jelly Roll. I still don't want, Drew McIntyre to lose. So I'm glad Drew McIntyre won technically because Logan Paul's on his team, so he pinned Jelly Roll, and they won. So I'm glad that happened, but this is a filler match. So this match did not need to fucking happen. Um, like I said before, like Triple H is just wasting Drew McIntyre. He's wasting Randy Orton. Like Randy Orton, like I'm not saying he needs a title, but you could at least give him some good stories. But no, like let's just have Randy Orton do some filler match. Um, and yeah, and then Drew McIntyre, same with him. Like Drew McIntyre should be getting a push. He should be getting the world title or the WWE title. He should be getting the world title or the WWE title and have a push with it. But no, like Triple H is just, his booking is dog shit. He just decides to put Drew McIntyre and Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton with a celebrity, a country singer. Like that, it's just stupid, bro. It's just like, yeah, let's just have them compete against each other. Like it's dumb. Anyways, yeah. But like I said, I'm glad Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre won. They got the victory. Finally, Drew McIntyre won something, even if he wasn't the one that pinned Jelly Roll. But still, like I'm glad Drew McIntyre won. There was a couple moments where it's just like you're making Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre look weak to this country singer who isn't even a wrestler. Like and people were talking about his training or whatever, bro. He was garbage in this match. Jelly Roll was trash. Um, Jelly Roll did not put on a good match. Like people were talking about, oh, I'm excited for this match because Jelly Roll cut a good promo and he cut he did some decent moves or whatever. He did solid moves, and so all of a sudden people were getting excited for this match. And I was just like, nah, I still don't want this match. I didn't care if Jelly Roll put in a good match or not, but it even furthers my dislike of this match with the fact that Jelly Roll didn't even do good. Like if he would have did good, I would have at least gave him props for that. But no, like this guy was garbage in this match. He botched a couple things as well. This guy was slow as hell, and you're Triple H is booking Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre to look weak against this guy, a country singer who isn't a wrestler. It's like it's stupid. But like I said, at least Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul won. So we got a win for Drew McIntyre. W for him. But I highly doubt Triple H is gonna book this guy to. I highly doubt he's gonna, push him now and give him a title and, give him the proper, materials he deserves. But, like I highly doubt that's gonna happen. Either way, I did see on X, the WWE on X they posted. I forgot what did they say exactly. I forgot. On WWE on X they posted 1-0 Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul won. And I was like, what do you mean 1-0? Or are they going to continue this feud? I don't know, because I don't know why the hell they would say 1-0 like as if they were going to continue this feud. I really hope that doesn't mean they're going to continue this feud, because dude, this like I The reason I'm tripping over that is because knowing Triple H, he might do that, bro. Knowing this guy, he might fucking end up giving this one win to the supposed heels, because I don't consider Drew McIntyre a heel, but he's probably gonna plan on giving them the win for now, and then lose to the the baby faces, the so-called baby faces or whatever. Like I wouldn't be surprised if that's what he does, because he usually does the, like Drew McIntyre, he won against CM Punk, he won against Damian Priest, and then he puts them in a match again with them, and then he ends up losing the feud. It's just like, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's what the whole 1-0 on X if that's what they meant when they said 1-0 Drew McIntyre Logan Paul won. Like I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they're trying to allude to, is that they're gonna continue this feud, they're gonna have another match, more stupid promos, like oh, I really hope that's not what this means, because like I said, you're just wasting Drew McIntyre, you're wasting Logan Paul, bro. Like why do this? Why do this? Why Triple H? You fucking suck. You're stupid, bro. Um, like I have nothing personal against Triple H outside of his writing of WWE. Like I don't care about him as a person. I don't have any feelings towards him. But as a booker, I don't like this guy. This guy sucks. He should not be a writer. You know. That's just how I feel. Like it's just you're being paid millions, and you're being paid. I'm pretty sure this guy's a billionaire now. Like, and you're not even putting on good shows, bro. Like, so. Anyways, yeah, I'm glad Drew won. Finally, he got a win. Anyways, CM Punk versus Gunther. Like I said, I didn't watch this match, just like I didn't watch the tag team match with Charlotte and Alexa, Raquel and Roxanne. I didn't watch that match. And I didn't watch the CM Punk and Gunther match because I just didn't really care for it, to be honest. I just didn't really care to watch it, to be honest. Like because Gunther, he's just so slow in all his matches. Like he sucks. Like this guy is just like he's just not good anymore. Like I feel like he was good when he had the IC title. Like that whole reign with him was awesome. But like ever since then, what has Gunther done? Like he's just been garbage and boring. And CM Punk is just like, this guy's washed up, and just in general, I just didn't want to watch this match. I don't know. I was kind of just burnt out from all these garbage matches of SummerSlam, that I was just like, I'm tired of this. I'm not gonna watch this. So I didn't watch it, but I did see the ending with Punk winning the match, and he ends up celebrating, and then Seth Rollins, he cashes in, and he gets the match with Punk, with CM Punk, and then he beats him 1, 2, 3, pins him. He's now the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. So there's a thing with there. And I'm not mad at it. I don't have a problem with Seth cashing in and receiving the belt from Punk, because I feel like I didn't mind Punk winning over Gunther, because like Gunther, I felt like we needed to take the belt away from him. He's already had this belt for like over a fucking year now. He did not need to keep this belt for any longer, and this guy's just boring. He's just, I feel like we needed something new. Even if I think CM Punk is boring too, and I don't really like him, I think he's annoying, but I still think, there would have been maybe some potential to do something good for a couple months with Punk with the title. But I don't mind Seth cashing in on Punk either and taking the title from CM Punk, because, I feel like Seth could also, even more than Punk, elevate this belt and like do something good with it. For maybe, I don't want him to have the belt for 2 years or something, but at least, or like 3 years or something, but at least, Seth could have the belt for a couple months. Seth could keep the belt for a couple months, and then just have him just get a couple month title reign, and do something good with him. And so and I don't really mind it. And the other reason I don't mind it is because if you guys watched my Seth Rollins why he's not a heel video, and my Drew McIntyre why he's not a heel video, I pretty much said in those videos that Drew McIntyre, he's not a heel, and that his hatred towards people like the Bloodline and CM Punk is justified. I talked about that, and I talked about how CM Punk, he screwed Drew McIntyre 4 times, during the whole 2024, pretty much the whole 2024, he screwed Drew McIntyre 4 times. CM Punk did that, and all him and his fans were trying to justify it, and we're saying like, oh, Drew McIntyre, he targeted CM Punk for no reason. He started all of this. He prayed for this, and like, bro, like, and it's just like I explained in my video why Drew McIntyre hates CM Punk, because he literally said it himself in promos and in interviews why he hates CM Punk. So it makes no sense why people are trying to make it seem like Drew McIntyre hates CM Punk for no reason. And he just targeted him for no reason. Like, that just makes no sense. CM Punk, Drew McIntyre literally said multiple times, that CM Punk, affected his career when he was younger. And he tried to be the locker room leader to him and bully him around and push him and, just affected his momentum and all that. And then CM Punk comes back and doesn't even apologize to Drew, and he comes back for money, like CM Punk's his own words. And then you expect Drew McIntyre to just forgive him and be like, yeah, whatever, fine. Like, no. Drew McIntyre had every right to hate CM Punk when he came back and be happy that he got injured. So I already explained all that in my Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins videos, why they're not heels. I've already explained it. And so Drew McIntyre did not deserve to get screwed 4 times by CM Punk during 2024, bro. Literally. What's it called? I'm trying to remember what I was gonna say, bro. Because I just felt like CM Punk, like he was like laughing about Drew McIntyre getting screwed, and like he was like, yeah, I'm glad I screwed you. And he was like laughing about it, and everyone was like, all these CM Punk fans were like, and people in general were like making fun of Drew for having a 5-minute 40-second title reign, holding the title for only 5 minutes and 40 seconds. And people were just like laughing about it, and it's just like, okay, well, now Seth Rollins cashed in on you, Punk, and he stole your moment, and you only held the title for 5 minutes. So to me, I'm glad this happened. Not just because I think Seth could elevate the belt a little bit more than Punk, for a couple months at least, but also because like I said, CM Punk screwed Drew McIntyre 4 times last year, like, and so it's just like Seth Rollins. CM Punk, he deserves to get screwed by Seth Rollins. Well, he didn't really get screwed, but he deserved to get his moment taken away from him, because that's what CM Punk did to Drew McIntyre. And like people also try to say like, oh, CM Punk, like Drew McIntyre, he was taunting Punk during WrestleMania last year. He was saying mean words to him. He hurts CM Punk's feelings, and that's why CM Punk attacked him from behind and costed him the belt at WrestleMania 40. Like, Drew McIntyre deserved it. It was his fault. Like, CM Punk fans were trying so hard to justify that. And it was just like, it just made no sense. And it's just like, because it's like, okay, Drew McIntyre says, his big bad word defended CM Punk. So that justifies CM Punk attacking him and costing him the belt at WrestleMania? Like, that just makes no sense. And so it's just like, CM Punk and his fans, they were just trying so hard to justify, CM Punk costing him the belt. But now that he's been costed the belt, CM Punk has been costed, and he only held the title for 5 minutes. I guess they're not going to be laughing about it now, because I already seen on the internet, I've seen in comment sections, like, CM Punk fans are upset about it. CM Punk fans are they're like, oh man, CM Punk only held the belt for 5 minutes. He only held the belt for not that long, and he got he got his moments taken away from him. This sucks. Like, this is dumb. Yeah, it doesn't feel so good, does it? It doesn't feel so good, does it? You know, yeah, CM Punk got what he deserves. He got a taste of his own medicine. I don't know what to tell you, CM Punk fans. He did the same thing to Drew McIntyre, and y'all tried so hard to justify it. But now that's happened to CM Punk. I guess y'all don't want to justify that though, because yeah, y'all are just being CM Punk defenders just because y'all are big fans of this guy. And it's just like it's fine to be a fan of someone, fine, whatever. But like, to defend certain actions just because you're a fan of this person makes no sense. So it's just like, these CM Punk fans, they kept making all these excuses for why CM Punk was costing Drew McIntyre all these title opportunities, and they kept making all these excuses. But I guess they're not making excuses anymore, because ever since Seth Rollins, even earlier this year, when Seth Rollins cashed in on CM Punk, no, well, not earlier this year, but not cashed in, but whenever Seth Rollins screwed CM Punk at Elimination Chamber this year, like, all these CM Punk fans were like upset about it, and then they were also upset when Seth Rollins costed Punk the match with John Cena. So it's just like, it doesn't feel so good, does it, right, CM Punk fans? Yeah, it doesn't feel so good whenever your favorite wrestler is getting screwed over, does it? I guess it's not easy to justify whenever it's happening to your favorite wrestler, right? Whenever your favorite wrestler gets screwed over, yeah, that's what I thought. And so yeah, I don't have no problem with Seth cashing in and taking the belt from Punk, because Punk deserved it. He deserved it. And like, as far as like what Seth is gonna do, I mean, with the belt, I feel like for now, probably not much, to be honest, because I feel like CM Punk is gonna, like I said, he's gonna complain about it on this Monday Night Raw. He's gonna be like, oh, Seth Rollins, you costed me the belt. You screwed me. You took my moment away and I only held it for 5 minutes. Like, screw you, Seth Rollins. I'm coming after your belt. I'm coming after you. I'm taking my title back, and now I'm against the system, or whatever. Your his typical promos, because CM Punk is just, man, all this guy does is just whine in his promos and just talk about the same things, like acting like he's being held down, and like, by some corporate system or whatever, like that. Even though this guy literally went against his morals and sold out the TKO and went to Saudi Arabia and took money from TKO, and became a hypocrite. So it's like, even though he did that, like, CM Punk is still trying to act all anti-establishment or whatever, anti-corporation. But anyways, yeah, like, he's just gonna. I already know he's gonna complain about it on Monday, and he's gonna be like, oh yeah, Seth Rollins, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after your belt. You costed me my moment. You stole my moment. And then they're gonna have a match. They're probably gonna have a feud. They're gonna continue this feud. I don't want this feud to continue, but you just know that's gonna happen. And like, it's just, I don't know. I feel like this feud should have been ended a long time ago, bro. Because it's just like, to me, I just don't see the point of, like, this feud has been going on for months and months and months and months, and like, how long have Seth and Punk been going at it? Like, I think since December of last year, literally. And it's just like, bro, it's just like, it should have been ended. Triple H, like I said, he just continues. He likes to drag on feuds. He likes to do filler matches and do filler feuds. And so yeah, you already know they're gonna have they're gonna continue this stupid feud. They're gonna have a stupid match there, and they're gonna continue this feud. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do it in a Hell in a Cell match. That's where it ends. and then like I don't know. I feel like it's just gonna be this just kind of become a repeat of just the Drew McIntyre and CM Punk feud at this point. Um, it's just like, but the difference is, I mean I would hope Seth Rollins ends up winning regardless because like what I just feel like, bro, Seth I just feel like Punk doesn't need the belt, bro. He really doesn't need the belt. Especially taking it away from Seth Rollins. Like I was fine with Punk taking it away from Gunther and holding the belt for a couple months, fine or whatever. But I just feel like if he's gonna take it away from someone, it should have just been towards someone like Gunther and not taking it away from Seth, because I just feel like Seth could do more with the belt. So I feel like Punk just doesn't deserve it if he's gonna be taken away from Seth Rollins and be winning the feud. And like nah, there's no need for that, bro. I just feel like CM Punk is never made to really look weak, because a lot of the times he's just winning his feuds. And he won the feud against Drew McIntyre. He won the feud against he won the match against Seth Rollins on this Netflix when it first premiered on that day. And then yeah, like he's either winning all his matches. I mean, he has been on a losing streak, because he hasn't really been winning matches. But the matches. What I mean, I guess, is that the matches CM Punk does win, he's always like made to look strong and like, get over on the other person, and it's just dumb. Like, this guy is washed up in the ring. He should not be winning against people like Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. It just made no sense when he won against Drew McIntyre, and it didn't make sense when he won against Seth Rollins on the debut of Netflix. It just made no sense. Like, why? On that day he won against him. I mean, and then what else? I'm trying to think, because like I said, and then whenever CM Punk does lose, it's always, again, it's made for him to look strong either way, because it makes it look like, oh, he only lost because he got screwed over, outside interference, whatever. It's just like, bro, you're Triple H is booking CM Punk like he's like if he's Superman or something. Like, bro, this guy's a washed up 47-year-old wrestler. Like, this guy's like, what the hell? This guy should not be winning over people that obviously would beat the crap out of this guy in real life. And like, CM Punk is not really even he has some muscle in him, but like, this guy isn't really that built. I mean, come on, man. Especially against when you're comparing them against Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. Like, come on, he's not as built. So it's just like this washed up wrestler. It's just always winning over other people, and then whenever he does lose, it still make him look strong, because he's just getting screwed over. So I don't know, man. I feel like Punk, he doesn't deserve the belt. He's had so many title opportunities this whole year. This guy doesn't need the belt. He shouldn't be like carrying the belt or anything. Like, he's already had all his opportunities at this point. And he's been getting screwed out of them, but I mean, it is what it is. I feel like just CM Punk, he's just not someone who I feel like deserves to have the belt, especially because, like, this guy literally left the company and then just trashed the company for years, trashed the people in it for years. Then he comes back and he says, I'm only here for money, not to make friends. Which, I don't know how that makes him a face. Like, who would say something like that? They're supposed to be, the hero or whatever. Like, it doesn't really add up. And so, yeah, like, CM Punk comes back, says he's only here for money, doesn't apologize to Seth or Drew McIntyre for how he treated them back in the days. Doesn't apologize for all the crap he talked about WWE either. And then he gets over on Drew, he gets over on Seth, he gets over, and then he's made to look stronger, and he's always winning all these feuds. And then when he does lose, he's just getting screwed over. And then he gets back again to more title opportunities. It's just the same stuff, same old things. I just feel like CM Punk, because of all these things, I just think he doesn't deserve the belt, and he just really isn't good in the ring or on the mic anymore. Like, I feel like he was good with the Drew McIntyre feud, and he cut a good promo against Seth in December. But ever since then, like, he just, most of his promos are just a whole bunch of filler, a whole bunch of just repetitive stuff, just annoying stuff, self-righteous stuff, corporate stuff. I don't know, like, that's why I just feel like CM Punk doesn't deserve to be champion for all these reasons. And so, yeah, I'm glad that CM Punk got screwed. I'm glad he didn't get screwed, because, to be honest, all Seth did was just cash in on him. It's not like CM Punk, it's not like Seth Rollins, like, came in and, it's not like Seth Rollins was like was like sitting on commentary and just like randomly decided to attack Punk, and then, which leads to CM Punk being weakened and then getting cashed in on and then beaten, like how CM Punk did to Drew McIntyre last year. That is being screwed over. That is being, screwed out of a title. What Seth Rollins did was just simply cash in on Punk. That's not him being screwed over. That's just, Punk getting the title taken away from him. So, to me, that's it's just simply Seth cashing in. But like I said, you already know, Seth Punk is gonna complain about it on Monday. He's gonna be like, oh, Seth, you costing me my moment. You costing me the belt. I only held the title for 5 minutes. Like, you already know he's gonna complain about it, and it's gonna be ironic because what did CM Punk do whenever when he costed Drew McIntyre the belt, and Drew McIntyre was in promos, like, being unhappy about it. CM Punk was like being like, oh, stop complaining, Drew McIntyre. You're always complaining. You're whining about costing you the belt, and you deserved it. And like, he was laughing about it too. Like, he was laughing about screwing Drew multiple times. And now that it's happened to him, you already know he's gonna complain about it on Monday and be like, oh, Seth, you costed me. You screwed me. Like, and it's gonna be hypocritical, and it's just gonna be funny to me. But also just pointless, because, like I said, I just really don't want another feud with a feud match and storyline with Seth and Punk. I just feel like this stuff is over with, and I feel like Roman Reigns is probably gonna get involved in this again and go after Seth Rollins. That's if Roman Reigns doesn't disappear again, and because I know he has the movie to go film. So, like I said earlier, so I feel like Roman Reigns probably is going to leave again, but if he doesn't leave, he's probably just going to have a match with Seth, and it's, again, just another filler stuff, a whole bunch of repetitive matches, and I hope that doesn't happen, but it probably is, because it would make no sense really for Roman to come back. And if he does stick around to just like not do anything, like it would make sense for him to keep targeting Seth. But again, I just really don't want this, man. Like, I feel like they should have just ended this Roman and Punk feud and Seth feud, like all this stuff between all three of them. Like, they should have ended this at WrestleMania. This should have never happened anyways. But like, it just, they should have ended it a long time ago. And yeah, I mean, but I feel like what's going to happen, though, is Roman Reigns is just going to disappear, to be honest, because I feel he's more than likely he's just going to disappear and go film that movie with Cody, and they're both going to disappear after SummerSlam, and they're not going to come back till they're done with it, and that's it. They're going to be gone for months, and, well, at least Roman Reigns, because, this guy is always coming back and leaving, and So so I don't really expect for Roman to stick around and feud with Seth probably till, honestly, I feel like they're gonna carry this till Survivor Series because that's what they did last year when it came to what's it called, with Solo and Roman and all them. Like they were feuding for months, and like his bloodline versus the OG bloodline, the Timu bloodline, and like they were going against each other for months and months and months and months. And finally it ended so Survivor Series. So I feel like they're gonna do the same thing. They're gonna carry this whole Roman Punk Seth Trinity, I guess, trio feud with they're gonna carry this till Survivor Series, till War Games, whatever. Um, and it's just stupid, bro. I just really don't want that to happen. Um, I don't know, man. The SummerSlam was just garbage. It was just a whole bunch of filler, a whole bunch of repetitive, a whole bunch of bad matches, a whole bunch of pointless matches, a whole bunch of um, stupid wins as well. Like Sammy winning over Karrion Cross, Tiffany winning over Jade Cargill, um, and Roman and Jay winning over Braun Breaker and Reed. Um, what else? What else was a dumb win? I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm not that bothered by Charlotte and Alexa winning, but I still think that was dumb as well. Um, I don't know. It's just like SummerSlam was just garbage, bro. It was trash. It was garbage. I don't know what else to say, man. Like I feel like I'm just losing more faith in WWE as time goes on. There's really not much to look forward to because the product is just in a bad spot right now. Triple H doesn't. he just doesn't know how to book. It's just that simple, you know. Like this guy, he'll do some epic moments like a John Cena heel turn, and then not pay it off well, because John Cena's heel turn's been garbage, and so it's just stuff like that just makes you feel like, man, Triple H is never just gonna give us something good and then pay it off with a good follow up. Like he's just never gonna do that because he just doesn't seem to be able to do that, you know. Um, and so yeah, I'm really not looking forward to the future, like what's gonna happen after SummerSlam, like you know, specifically just after this SummerSlam, because I know tomorrow SummerSlam is gonna happen as well, night two. But like so far, like for night one SummerSlam, like what's gonna happen for the future after this one specifically, I don't know. Like I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm also not looking forward to the future after of WWE after SummerSlam night two either, because I mean SummerSlam night two doesn't look good either. Like we're gonna get another filler match again. Filler matches, more filler matches on SummerSlam night two. We're gonna get Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa. We're gonna get Cody Rhodes, John Cena. What else? I mean, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Naomi isn't entirely filler, but it is kind of because Rhea Ripley was in a triple threat earlier this year, and she's been in all the freaking title matches, so it's kind of filler in a way. So I consider that partly filler as well. So that's trash. Like screw Rhea Ripley. Like she's in every freaking title match, dude. Cody and Rhea, just every title match, every title opportunity, they're getting it all handed to them all the freaking time. It's just boring. It's annoying. It's repetitive. I hope Cody doesn't win the belt. I hope Rhea doesn't win the belt. If Rhea wins the belt, dude, I'm especially gonna be upset about that because Naomi just won the belt. I feel like this is a good push for her. Her character's been great, cut good promos and all that. Like, bro, if Triple H decides to give the belt to Rhea, dude, I'm probably this is probably gonna be the worst decision he's made ever since putting Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton with Jelly Roll, bro. This is probably gonna be his second worst decision so far, and he's like I said, he's been making bad decisions since last year. Honestly, since since the summer of last year, he's been doing bad decisions. But this is probably going to be the second worst decision he's made so far. If he takes the belt from Naomi and gives it to Rhea, like, dude, if he does that, man, I'm just, I don't know, man. I'm not, like, why would I be happy with that, bro? Like, Rhea's already had that belt 2 times, and her reigns have been garbage, and her, she's just not really a good wrestler. She's not really good at promos. She's in every title match. She's just over pushed at this point. Um, she's annoying. She's repetitive. Um, she barely wrestles either. Barely cuts promos, and when she does, it's just a whole bunch of repetitive, um, filler stuff. And it's just like, yeah, I'm just tired of Rhea Ripley. I'm tired of Cody Rhodes too. Like every promo this guy does is just a whole bunch of politician. I respect you. I love you. Like C-Jack says, and it's true because that's pretty much Cody Rhodes. He's a politician. You know, I feel like this Cody Rhodes has always been like a slimy person, but like, yeah, I mean, Rhea Ripley and Cody Rhodes, I'm tired of them, bro. I feel like they're over pushed. It's just they're constantly being pushed on us. So I really hope they don't win. I hope Cody doesn't win the belt. I hope Rhea doesn't win the belt. But yeah, filler match with Cody and Cena. Filler match with Jacob and Solo. I don't care about that. I don't give a damn about that. I don't care about this feud either. It's just pointless. It's dumb. I don't like. Oh, Jacob turned on Solo because he called him dumb. Like, okay, like I don't know. It's just like it's not. Because here's the thing. Solo was treating Jacob well. So it's like this whole time, and he brought him to the spotlight. So I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit of a stretch to be like, oh yeah, let's just have Jacob turn face, and because Solo called him dumb. I was like, come on, bro. That's the reasoning. Like, this whole feud is stupid. It's pointless. It's been going on for too long. It's a whole bunch of filler matches. All the matches between them have been garbage. I don't care about this. I don't care for. I mean, I'm sure Rhea Ripley and Io Sky and Naomi are gonna put on a good match, but I don't care for Rhea Ripley specifically though. Like, that part of her being in it is filler because she's been on all the matches that involves a freaking title match. And then what else? What else do we have tomorrow? I think we have I forgot because I'm forgetting all the matches, to be honest. Like SummerSlam has just been garbage, and I'm just like all over the place right now. Trying to think. Oh yeah, AJ versus Dominic. I mean, I'm not gonna say that's a filler match, but it's a new match, fine, whatever. But I don't really care for it because I feel like AJ Styles hasn't really been doing much lately. He's just been kind of a jobber. He's been boring lately on the mic specifically. Match wise, he's been good, but in the ring, I mean, on the mic and his talking and he's just been boring, and he's just not really doing much. He's been a jobber. Same with Dominic. He's not a jobber necessarily. I wouldn't say, but I mean, I feel like he should be because I mean, I don't want him to be, but I feel like he should be because this guy is like he won the IC belt, and then what? Dominic only defends it 2 times and only has, to me, in my opinion, he only had one good match. And I think it was against, I forgot something, Octagon Mysterio or something. I don't even remember their name, but it was a dumb match put together. But it was a good match, and I thought that was like fine, whatever. But he's only had 2 title defenses, bro, for all these months, and he's barely done anything with the belt and just in general. Like, this guy's, he should be a jobber at this point. So yeah, Dominic's been boring. He's been stale. AJ Styles been stale. So I really, and the build up for this, I mean, it's been funny, but it's not good. Like, there's not really anything to it. It's just a regular match. So I don't really care for AJ Styles versus Dominic either. I don't really care for it. I mean, I guess I would want AJ to win it, but I'm not really like all up in arms about it either. I'm not like excited for it. So yeah, I mean, and what else? I think we have. Yeah, I'm trying to think, cause I'm trying to remember what matches were for tomorrow's SummerSlam, for Sunday SummerSlam, cause I honestly forgot. It's just like, but I know that, but I did see the card for both SummerSlams and of this year's, and they were both garbage. And I guess all I can say is just, I know Sunday SummerSlam is also gonna be a whole bunch of filler, garbage, nonsense, stupidity. Um, so yeah, I'm not excited for Sunday SummerSlam either. Um, I don't know why they made it 2 nights to begin with. Like, this is just stupid. I don't like, what's the point of this. But yeah, I mean, I feel like, yeah, all I know is that Sunday SummerSlam card is just a whole bunch of filler matches and pointless matches and stupid matches and as well. I mean, I'm excited for the I'm not excited for it, but I am like kind of eager to see, the Naomi and Rhea and Io match, because I know like, I'm expecting it to be a good match. I'm sure it will be. Um, and like it does have unpredictability to it, because I'm like, who's gonna win? I mean, I hope it's Naomi, because that's what I want to see. But there is some intrigue for that match. But as far as everything else, I really don't care. I know everything else is really just a whole bunch of filler garbage and repetitive stuff. Like, just boring matches. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to Sunday SummerSlam either. I'm not looking forward to night two. I'm not looking forward to it, but I am gonna review it as well. So stay tuned for that, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know what you guys think about Saturday SummerSlam. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Bye. Adios.